Okay, here goes. This is one of my first YouTube videos, and I'm just doing this for my friend. I thought it was interesting. This is their DNA test and the results. And on top, you have the high confidence regions, but oh, yeah, that's right. Also, they came out 98% European and 2% not European, other ethnicities or things, and I'll just go through it and you can see what the results were. Okay, so the biggest results were for Great Britain. They got 34%. And then after Great Britain, I could click on it here and just kind of show you what. Let's come around here. Show you to see what happens. You click on Great Britain, and there's a range. So the smallest is 5% that they could have got, and then the 59% is the maximum amount of Great Britain DNA. And then you go over here, and it shows you where they settled in the United States, and then you can see Great Britain over here, and that's where the DNA came from. Okay. Then go back to the results. Come back over here. Because there's a lot more DNA. Not much, but okay. And then their next largest result, DNA amount of DNA, was 23% European Jewish, which makes up, and I don't understand this, but exactly. But it makes up Western and Central Europe. That's where the European Jewish DNA came from. And then after that, you have Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, which is 16%. And it's showing Munster, Ireland, like Munster cheese. Okay, and then after Ireland, Scotland, Wales, you have European South, which, if you click on that, you can just come down over here and see that it's primarily Italy and Greece, and the range is from 2% to 23%, but they got just or only 13%. And the interesting part is, okay, well, I'll go back to that. But after that, they got Scandinavia. For Scandinavia, they got 6%. And the Scandinavian DNA is probably coming from the Great Britain or the Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, because one of their ancestors was Irish, but their last name was Norman. So possibly it comes from that. And then it's interesting because when you, let's see if I can get this, they are supposed to be Welsh, or part Welsh and British. I don't know of any Scottish DNA they would have, and there's no known Scottish ancestors or ancestry, but definitely England and Wales. So yeah, that's their largest percentage. And then let's see what we have here. We go down, and you have the low confidence regions. And for the low confidence regions, let's see if I can click on that, open this part up. Okay, you have Europe West, which is 4%. You have the Iberian Peninsula, which is 1%. Okay, so on here. Okay, what does it say about that? Not much, so I'll just go back. But Europe West, they're saying the Western European DNA has something to do with their ancestors that settled in the United States. But after that, you have the Iberian Peninsula, which is, I'll click on that, see if that gives you the regions. Yeah, that gives you Spain, Portugal, 0% to 5%. So they're saying it's probably 1%. And that should show up the same thing for... Why is it doing this to me? Yeah, if you go Europe West, yeah, it should show... Oh, okay. And you go up, you see Europe West is basically located in Belgium, France, Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, Luxembourg, and Liechtenstein. And the range is from 0% to 15%. And then you go back and they have 4%. And what it shows you there are Georgia and Florida settlers. It probably came from that area, like in the south. That's where the DNA is. I don't know how they figure that, but where the DNA is coming from exactly. You know, which side. But, because I could have had Western European on, or, I'm sorry, this person, my friend, could have had Western European DNA on either side, you know, on their mother's or father's side. So, then you have Iberian Peninsula, Finland, Northwest Russia is almost 1%. And that would probably, I guess, be part of the... I don't think it's the European Jewish, but I could be wrong, but I would think it's part of the Norwegian DNA or the Scandinavian. And then if you go down further, this is the 2% that's not European. They have 1% North African, and then they also have 1% Middle Eastern. So what's interesting is up until a few months ago, they had 1% or almost 1% West Asian, which is now showing up as Middle Eastern, and I don't understand how Ancestry changed it from West Asian to Middle Eastern. So, yeah, that's, I basically thought at first that the West Asian was Caucasus, so maybe that was this person's Neanderthal DNA. And, you know, that was because someone said, West Asian is the Caucasus Mountains or Caucasian or something like that. So I figured, okay, you know, I don't know too much about that, but maybe that could be right. And so now the West Asian DNA isn't showing up, but they are getting Middle Eastern. And I just kind of figured West Asian was Iranian DNA, so maybe they had 1% Iranian. But if you go here, I don't know for sure, but where they don't like list, if you go up here, like I said, I don't know how Ancestry figures everything out, but for the Middle East, they don't include Iran, it looks like. It's just Syria, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Oman, Yemen, United Arab Emirates, Lebanon, and Israel. So, let me go back here. So I would have been wrong in the first place about it being Iran. I just figured I saw someone who was Iranian, sample, like, image or face, and I thought, well, they look like my friend, so maybe they have a little Iranian in them. I don't know. And, yeah, that's basically it. What else? See other regions tested. 350 other regions were tested. But here you have the place where some of their ancestors migrated to in the United States. And these are all the places that their ancestors came from, which is mostly European, except for that little red area, I believe, which is the Middle East and North Africa. Wait, no, orange is North Africa, and the red part is the Middle East. And the rest of those circles are somewhere in Europe. And yeah, that's basically it. I thought I'd try doing one of these DNA videos, see how it turns out. And well, it does make sense with some. The other thing I just wanted to go back to show. Go back up here. They know they're part Welsh and part British, or Welsh British. So it's interesting how I don't know if this is the same for all people who take Ancestry's DNA test, but for my friend's test, it basically included England and Wales. So maybe there's a crossover there, because they know they're Welsh and maybe British. You know, I'm not sure how that works. Just I've heard that Wales and England are kind of have similarities. And then I know they know they're also part Irish, so of course the Irish shows up. And for Ireland, and then it's a separate thing for Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, which I don't understand though. The only thing I don't understand is they separate Irish, Scotland, and Wales from British Scotland. I mean, I understand they separated, but why would they put it in both places, I guess? Like, they put the Scotland, Wales, and the Ireland, when it should probably just be Irish and Scottish DNA, because the Wales would go with the English, or England. I've heard that, you know, Welsh are more, I guess, genetically in common with English than Ireland or Scotland, but I don't know much about that. So I'm just going by my friend's ancestors and what their DNA came up as. And yeah, that's about it. And here's all these places in Europe and their migrations. And there you go.